Hello guys, this is FS Dynasty, and in this video I'll be going over my weekly outlook on the DXY and the GBP USD. So let's go ahead and look at what we expect this week on DXY and GBP USD. And I've marked out my buy side liquidity, which is yet to be reached, and the remnant of the fair value gap you can see on the monthly time frame. This is where we started this analysis. So I marked out my fair value gap that is remaining, and I think price is going to stab into it, probably even clear the highs. So I think the fair value gap needs to be completed. I don't know, but I think it needs to be completed because you can see we are already overtaking this current monthly fair value gap that we are into, and I think the way price is moving, we are going to go through it, stab into the upper fair value gap and clear the highs. That is what I'm thinking. So we'll go down to the weekly time frame. You can see we had a buy side liquidity that was taken, and price moves aggressively above it and creates another fair value gap. And price was coming out of a fair value gap from the weekly time frame, you can see, which I just marked out now. And I think that the low that went into the fair value gap, I don't think price is going to go through that low anymore, because that is a very strong low. You can see we have another block as well close to that low, and I see it as a very strong low, and price is not going to go through it for any reason. I think price is just continue to go high and high. Just go and write out some things that I think that price is going to do. You understand? Write some things that I think price is going to do coming this week. This week is going to be, I don't know, maybe crazy for the Euro and GBP pairs, because there is a lot of red folder news coming in this week from Tuesday. There is no news on Monday, so on Tuesday it's going to be very, very volatile. It's going to be crazy. So I marked out the fair value gap that we just created. That is the weekly fair value gap that we just created, and price is yet to reach the upper fair value gap. So, which I think this week, because of the red folder news that we have, I think we are going to come into this fair value gap. Maybe on Tuesday, come into this fair value gap. Then the rest of the week we just use it to expand higher and higher. I think that is what is going to happen. And I go on and then write out things that I think is going to happen this week. Price may decide to retrace. Yes, I think that is what is going to happen this week. I don't know, but I'm just thinking that is anticipation. I anticipate that these things will happen this week. So I'll just put them there. So when I open the chart, I will see what I think is going to happen, so I won't switch my buyers intermittently. So let's go, guys. all for the weekly time frame, and we'll go down to the daily time frame to see fair value gap that we have created this week. So as you can see, I am marking out my VI, volume imbalance, on the on the daily time frame. I think that is the new day opening gap, maybe, I'm not sure, but I know it's a VI, volume imbalance. As you can see, there is no candle over there, so I'll mark it out. I know price is going to go into it coming this week. I told you guys, this week is going to be crazy for GBP and Euro, guys. So you have to be careful when you are trading these pairs. You can go to forexfactory.com to see the red folder news that we are expecting this week. It's going to be crazy on Tuesday. There is a lot of red folder news, and I think that maybe they are going to raise their interest. I don't know, probably, but there are lots of red folder news for Euro and GBP, so it's going to be crazy. So I mark out the extreme fair value gap on the daily time frame, which I think that price is going to come into it. Yes, I have two fair value gap, the one on the weekly time frame and the one on the daily time frame. And how I have visualized is that price is going to go into the daily time frame, the daily fair value gap, which is at the extreme. Then price is going to reject, and the body is going to close in the weekly time frame, in the weekly fair value gap. The body of the candle is going to close in the weekly fair value gap, but the tail, which is the wick, is going to stab into the daily fair value gap. That is what I anticipate, and I have visualized it. I think that is what is going to happen. I don't know, but let's see this week. It's going to be crazy, guys. I think that is all I have for for DXY. We'll now go over to GBP USD to see what we are going to expect this week. For me, this week we are going to see bearish prices, but we might see bullish prices for the first quarter of the week. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, we might see bullish prices to mitigate those fair value gap that we have marked out. Then the rest of the week, or the rest of the days of the week, then we will see bearish prices. That is what I'm thinking. So I'll just go ahead and mark out my point of interest on the monthly, the weekly, and the daily time frame. So stay tuned and let's do it. And we are done with the monthly time frame. We'll now go down to the weekly time frame to mark out our fair value gap and point of interest that we have created this week. So I mark out my already mitigated fair value gap, and you can see the high on the fair value gap is going to be a very strong high, because price has no reason to go above that high. It's a very strong high, and you can see I wrote this should be protected. The high should be protected to me, because price has no reason to go above that high anymore. That is an intermediate time high, and price shouldn't go above it. If we are going to see lower prices, price shouldn't go above it. I will mark out our fair value gap on the weekly time frame. and price has also broke structure to the downside, signifying that we may continue to see bearish prices on GBP USD. And you can see we run sell side, buy side liquidity, created a breaker block, created a fair value gap. There are so many confluences that will see us have bearish prices on GBP USD this week. I know that price is not going to violate all of these confluences. We have a strong high, we have a fair value gap on the weekly time frame, we have a breaker block on the weekly time frame. And you can see I'm marking out the daily fair value gap, and I think the same thing applies. What is going to happen to the fair value gaps on DXY is going to happen to this one. We will see price go into the daily fair value gap, then reject, and the body will stay within the weekly fair value gap. That is what I'm thinking, and I don't know, it might happen, it might not happen. It's just analysis. Guys, if you have watched this far, please give like to this video, subscribe to my channel to help me grow this channel. Thank you guys, thank you. At the end of this video, I'm going to put a picture of the red folder news that we are going to have this week. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one.